So children, we were done till here in the previous video. So the pen wasn't working, so we had to stop. So here what we are getting, children, here the volume of the pipe we calculated as this much, and here we calculated as this was the volume of the cylindrical pipe that we were talking about, and this was what? This was for the tank that was there, the cylindrical water tank. Now we will be equating both these volumes to find out the answer. Okay, so what we'll be writing? We'll be just looking into this. So I'll be just writing down here what I am getting. See, I'll be writing that pi into 7 square, 7 upon 2 square into h2, that is what we had taken, either small h or capital H. So we had taken small h, so I'll be writing h2. Okay, and this will be equal to what? This should be equal to pi into 7 upon 5 square into 21 upon 5 into 10 raised to 6. So this is what we are getting. So here what are the things which can get cancelled, children? So if you just have a look, pi is getting cancelled. Here we have 7 square and 7 square can be getting cancelled, children, because this is both 7 square, and then we are left with what? We are left with h2 divided by 4, because 2 square is still there, is equal to, this is what we are having, 21 upon, see, this is 5 square, children, so this is 25 into 5 into 10 raised to 6. So this is what we are getting. So now you need to calculate the value of h2. Okay, so what I will be writing now? I will be writing here that h2 is equal to, I will be using this color, write down, h2 is equal to 21 into 4, okay, divided by 125 into 10 raised to 6. Okay, so we'll be just 21 into 4 is how much, children? That is going to be 84. So using calculator we'll be just finding out the answer, 84 divided by 125. So this is coming out to be equal to 0.672. Okay, so this will be writing as 0.672 into 10 raised to 6, and this is what, children? This we had taken in centimeter. So if you open the brackets, how much is this going to come out to be, children? This is going to be equal to, see, we are going to get this as equal to, if we take 4 zeros, see, this is in centimeters, so in terms of this will be 672 into 1 2 3 4 5 6 centimeter. Okay, so if you just take on that side, how much is this going to be equal to, children? See, 3 zeros will be shifted that side, 1 2 3 for 3 zeros, and again 3 zeros, so I'll be having 6720 centimeter. So this in terms of meter will be equal to 6720 meter. So 6720 meter, what you are getting, children? You are getting the height or the length of the pipe, but this is understood, children, that this cannot be the length of the pipe. So I'll be just solving this in another page. So what this going to be equal to, children? See, this is going to be equal to be, write down, we have taken, see, for 1 second, how much is the water that is flowing, children? 4 meter. Okay, so you will be writing 4 meter is equal to 1 second. So 6720 meters will be equal to how much? 6720 into 1 divided by 4, and this will be what? Seconds, children. So this is going to be equal to how much? This you divide by 4, this is going to be equal to 1, then we have 27 which will be equal to 6, then 32 is 1680 seconds. But in the question, if you see, it has been asked that you have to write down the answers in minutes. So you will be dividing this by again 60 to get the minutes. So how much is this coming out to be? So this in turn is coming out to be 2, and then we have 8, so 28 minutes. Okay, so I hope you, children, you understood what I did. I just simply just what I did is, since whatever the length I got, that I got as 6720 meter, so that much was flowing through the pipe, and that much was flowing for how many minutes, that you had to find out. And for finding out the minutes, you had to calculate what, that in 1 second how much it is flowing, and then you had to find out the time. So first you will be getting in seconds, and if you want directly, you can just multiply here also 60, that way also you can get the answer. Okay, so this is the way question number 10 has to be done. We'll now move to question number 11, children. So question number 11 says what, children? That the water flows at 9 km per hour. Okay, just a second. Through a cylindrical pipe of cross section 25 centimeter square. Okay, and then if this water is collected into a rectangular cistern, so they have given that this time it is a rectangular cistern of dimension has been given 7.5 by 5 into 4. Calculate the rise in level of the cistern in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Okay, so this is what they are asking, children, that it is collected in a cistern of this much dimensions that they have given. So rectangular cistern means what, children? It has got to be in this particular shape. Okay, so what are you going to do now? Through a cylindrical pipe. So here I am connecting a cylindrical pipe. So first what I will be writing, we'll be calculating for the, first we'll be calculating for what, children? There are two things that are given. One is our rectangular cistern, and then second we have a cylindrical pipe. So what we have to calculate it first, that if this water is collected into a rectangular cistern of this much diameter, you have to find the rise in the level of water. So for finding in the rise in the level of water, children, see what you have to do. We'll just look into this. This is a good question. So first of all, we'll be writing, this is question number 11. You will be writing what? Rate of flow of water. Okay, so what is given, children? What is the rate of flow of water? They are saying that it is flowing at the rate of 9 km per hour. So here they have not given in seconds, they have given in hour. So this is what is flowing through the pipe. Okay, and then what you will be writing, children? You will be writing that first of all, what is the area of cross section given, that you have to calculate. Okay, and then before that you have to calculate that how much is the water that is flowing in 1 hour in 15 minutes. Or first what you can write down, just find out area of cross section. They have given as, see, cross section is equal to, they have given as 25 centimeter square, children. Okay, so this is area of cross section of this particular pipe, children. And then how much water has flown through it, how are you going to find out? You are going to find out through the time which is there. Okay, so what you will be writing down, length of water is equal to how much, children? Length of water in, what is the time given, children? 1 hour and 45 minutes, 15 minutes, sorry. Okay, so 1 hour and 15 minutes is equal to how much, children? This will be equal to 1 into 15 upon 60 hours. So why am I finding in hours, children? Because if you see here my rate of flow has been given in 9 km per hour. So rate of flow is what, children? It is speed, and now you need to calculate the length, that is the distance. Okay, so what is the formula of the length which is there? It is speed into time. So that is what we are just going to use. So this in turn is equal to, see, 1 into, it gets cancelled, so 1 by 4 hours. So this in turn is equal to 5 upon 4 hours. So length will be equal to rate into time. Okay, so what is the rate that has been given, children? Rate has been given as 9 km per hour, and time we have calculated as 5 upon 4. So this is going to be equal to 45 upon 4 kilometer. So this is the length. Now you have length, and here you have what? Here you have area of cross section. So what will be the volume of water equal to, children? So before that, you can see what? That area of cross section which is there, it is given in centimeter square. And here what you have calculated, it has been calculated in kilometer. So there is a huge difference. So what we can do, we can just take it to the medium part. That is, since the units of this particular rectangular box has been given in meters, we'll be try converting everything in meters. So we'll start from 25. So 25 centimeter square can be written as what, children? It can be written as 25 upon 10,000 meter square. You know this already. Okay, because for 1 centimeter it is 1 upon 100, for centimeter square it will be 1 upon 100 into 1 upon 100. And here we'll try to bring it again in, I'll just erase this part because I don't think I need this. 45 upon 4 kilometer I'll try to bring in meters. So this is 45 upon 4 into 1000 meters. So how much is this going to be equal to, children? 4 times means this is going to be equal to, see, 45, we'll just calculate. So it goes 250 times. So 250 into 40 is 10,000, and then we have again 250 into 5 is 1250. So this is going to be equal to 1250 meter. Okay, so this is what you are calculating. Now you will be calculating what? Volume. So volume in turn will be equal to area of cross section. Okay, so I will be writing area of CS into cross section into what? You will be writing time. Okay, so this is going to be equal to cross section area. How much is there, children? It is 25 upon 10,000. Okay, into here this is 11250. So here 10 is getting cancelled. 25 will be going how much time? It goes 40 times. So you are getting what? 1125 divided by 40. Okay, so if you want, you can just keep it like this for the time being, or if you want, you can get the answers in decimals as well. That is completely fine. I'll be keeping it like this. Now what I'll be doing, I'll be calculating the, what I'll be doing, children, you have to calculate the rise in water level. So how can you calculate the rise in water level, children? So this is my tank. You will have to calculate the area of the base, because that is your cross section. Okay, so suppose this is my figure. So what are the dimensions given, children? Dimensions are given as 7.5, that is my length, and then we have 5 meter, that is my breadth, and then I have height, that is equal to 4 meter. So this height has been given just to confuse you, children, because we won't be using that, because we need to find down the rise in height. So it is evident, children, that the rise in height will be given by what? Whatever the volume you are getting here, this is meter cube. This is only responsible for the rise in height. So for this, what you will be calculating, you will be writing for rectangular cistern. First you will be calculating the area of cross section. So write down for rectangular cistern. Okay, area of cross section is equal to area of cross section is equal to how much, children? This will be equal to length into breadth. So how much is the length given, children? It is given as 7.5 into breadth has been given as 5. And then what you will be writing, let the rise in water be h. Okay, so write down now that let the rise in water be h. This implies volume will be equal to 7.5 into 5 into h. So if you want, you can take this as equation number 2. If you want this, you can take as equation number 1. not 2 children. This you are taking as equation number 1, and then you can write from 1 and 2, or else if you want you can just do this directly. So what are you going to get from here? You are going to get that from 1 and 2. Okay, so write down from 1 and 2, 7.5 into 5 into h is equal to 1125 divided by 40. Okay, so you just now need to calculate h. So h will be equal to 1125 divided by 40 into 7.5 into 5. So ultimately we are going to cancel out everything, children. So how much we are getting? So children, if this you divide it by 5, you are going to get how much? This is going to be 2 and 5, 225 divided by, I'll just erase rest of the part so that we can quickly do the calculation. So we are getting 225 divided by 40 into 7.5. You can write it as what, children? 75 upon 10. So this 10 goes up. So 75 5s is how much, children? 75 into 3 is equal to 225. Yeah, this is 3. So you are getting what? You are getting here 3 upon 4 meters. So 3 upon 4 meter can be written as what? 0.75 meter. So if their answer has to be in meter, then your answer will be 0.75, and if it has to be in centimeter, then this has to be 75 centimeter. Okay, so this way this particular sum has to be done. It was basically an easy one, children. Only you need to understand that whenever they are talking about rise in level of water, you have to take what? You have to take the height in consideration. Okay, now we will be moving to question number 12. So for question number 12, the figure has been given already. So figure says, in the given figure shows the cross section of a cone, a cylinder and a hemisphere, all with the same diameter 10, and the other dimension are as shown. Now you have to calculate the total surface area. Okay, so this question is important, children, in the sense, see, solving part is very easy because you know the formula. Now what is important for you is to know that what actually you have to find out and from where you have to find out that. Okay, so I'll be just telling you what to do here. So I'm getting what? This I have been given as 12. So the height of cylinder I have been given as 12. Of course the radius for me is equal to 5 because the diameter is 10. Here also my radius is 5 and this complete is equal to 10. This particular has been given as 12 centimeter. Okay, and then what you have to find out? First you need to find out the total surface area. So I'll be telling you what to do, children. The sub question A can be your easily homework, because total surface area will be what, children? It will be the curved surface area of this cone plus it will be the curved surface area of this particular cylinder plus the curved surface area without the upper part of this particular hemisphere. Okay, so what will be your formula? Your formula will be, see, if you are writing like this, it is cone plus cylinder plus hemisphere. Okay, so for cone, what is your formula? It will be pi RL, plus for cylinder it will be 2 pi RH, because you are taking only curved surface area, and for hemisphere this will be 2 pi R square. So we will be just replacing the values in this particular formula to get the answer. So the total surface area sum is sorted. Now you will be moving to the second sub question, that is the total volume of the solid. So for total volume of the solid, what will be your formula? Your formula will be, for cone your volume is 1 by 3 pi R square H. So this is my sub question B. Okay, for cylinder it is equal to pi R square H, because R is same in all of them, and for hemisphere it is equal to 2 by 3 pi R cube. So this is also an easy one. This also you can take as homework. Now what you have to find out? You have to find out that the density of the material, if its total weight is 1.7 kg. Okay, so weight has been given as what? 1.7 kg. Okay, so what is the formula, children? Density is given by mass upon volume. So from here, since every unit has been given in centimeter cube, first you have to calculate that in, see, your answer can be in centimeter cube or, okay, since it is in centimeter cube only, so there are two ways, children. Either you can find out density in kg per meter cube or gram per centimeter cube. You just have to use this formula. So I'll be telling, just wait, I'll see what is the answer that has been given in your textbook. So answer in your textbook has been given in gram per centimeter cube. So what you will be doing, this mass which is there, children, 1.7, that you will be multiplying by 1000 to get in grams. Okay, so this is grams, and volume you are calculating from the second sub question. So you just divide this and you will get the answer. Alright, so this question is an easy one. Totally question number 12 you can be taking as homework. We'll move on to the next question, children. That is our question number 13. Okay, so this is 15. Yeah, this one is 13. So question number 13 says what? It says a solid consisting of a right circular cone standing on a hemisphere is placed upright, a right circular cylinder full of water. Okay, so a solid consisting of a right circular cone standing is placed upright in a right circular cylinder full of water and touches the bottom. Find the volume of the water left in the cylinder. So this is my cylinder, children, and inside this I am placing a it's like, just a second, children, I am placing a cone which has got a hemispherical base. So like this, and here I have a hemisphere. So this is what your figure like. Okay, so once you are done with the figure, children, it is understood that you can do the answer. Now touches full of water and touches the bottom. Find the volume of water left in the cylinder, having given that the radius of the cylinder is this much, the radius of hemisphere. Give your answer to the nearest cube. So this question is very easy, children. Here what you have to do, here first of all they are asking find the volume of water left in the cylinder. Okay, so first of all, what is placed upright full of water. So what is happening, children, in question number 13 they are saying this particular cylindrical tank, it is completely full of water. So now what you are doing, so first you will be calculating the volume of cylinder. So what will be the volume of cylinder, children? The formula will be given by pi into r square h. So what is this equal to? Pi into the radius has been given as 3 square into h will be equal to how much? Height has been given. Is it given from the volume of water left in the cylinder having the given radius of cylinder and height as 6. So this has been given as 6. So from here you will be calculating the volume of cylinder. So earlier it was full and now you are introducing this particular figure. So it is understood, children, that whenever you are introducing this figure, that much amount of water will be replaced. So from this particular volume of cylinder, you have to subtract the volume of cone plus whatever is the volume of hemisphere. Okay, so what you will be writing, volume of cone plus hemisphere will be equal to what, children? For cone the formula is 1/3 pi r square h, and for hemisphere it is 2/3 pi r cube. So you will be using this formula. So now what you will be doing, you will be finding the volume of cone plus hemisphere. So from this particular volume you will be just subtracting this volume, and then you can easily calculate that what is the volume of water that is left in the cylinder. Okay, so what was the need here, children? First you will be finding out the volume of the total solid, that is the total cylinder, and then you will be finding out the volume of this particular figure. And how can you find out? By adding up the volume of cone and the hemisphere, and then you will be subtracting this particular, that is second minus 1, to get the answer. Okay, so this question was also an easy one. Now children, we are left with very few questions, so rest of the questions which are there we'll be looking into the next session. Thank you, students.